Good morning. I thought we'd have a do-over doing our makeup together. I'm sipping Jammin' Lemon Ginger Tea by Celestial Seasonings. It's kind of my go-to for in the morning. And here's my mug. Paul got this for me at, I want to say, a TJ Maxx in Cape Cod. He brought it back for me. I love it. So I'm going to try filming without my cinematic mode turned on, and we'll see if that has an effect on when I show products. Also, I am wearing the same sweatshirt, and I'm wet there because I wash my face, and I'm very messy when I wash my face. And I didn't care enough to change my shirt. I slept in it. 7 o'clock right now. I have to be on Zoom at 9. I'm starting with, what is it? e.l.f. Matte Oil Control Lotion. I am not happy with what I used yesterday. I don't like it. It's kind of a joke. I'll show you what I used yesterday. It's not mattifying. It does not keep me, shine free. Oh, I need to put my hair back. I'll show you. I'm still looking for that product. So yesterday I used this. Do I need to do that now that I'm not in cinematic? I don't think I do. This is what I used yesterday. If you want to try it out, just take a screenshot of me right here. Not a fan. So what I'm using today, I haven't used it in a while, so I want to try it. This is what I'm using today. Yeah, do you want a screenshot? There we go. We'll see how it works. There's tea tree in it, so it does have that tea tree smell, and there's a type of clay in it. I don't want to try to pronounce it. It begins with a K. So we'll see. I did moisturize. I used the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Fragrance Free. I like that, as I said before, under makeup. And now I'm gonna use the Incognito. What do you call this? Concealer. I'm gonna use this again. Do you want a screenshot? I don't feel like putting the links to products. Because I'm just doing this for fun. If, maybe I'll try figuring out how to do that. It's probably not hard, but I'm just doing this for fun. I don't have a lot of extra time, to edit, to add links and things. Key step, we have to put our mascara down our shirt to warm up. And I'm actually going to try the Lash Paradise for the first time ever. We did a Walmart pickup order yesterday, and gotta warm this up. I got that in my order because Walmart had it marked down to like $6 and change, and I think it's typically like $9. Oh, so I did order the pedestal mirror. I feel like my camera, like it needs to go. Oh, who cares? We're not professionals here. I ordered my pedestal mirror on Amazon. I'm getting it today. It was $17. It was really probably the least expensive one I found. There was another one for about that price, but I think the reviews said it was plastic, and the one I bought, according to the description, it should be metal. If I don't like it, I'll return it. I'm trying to be better about, I used to just, buy whatever struck my fancy. I don't buy expensive things. I don't have kids. I don't buy expensive jewelry. We don't own expensive cars. In fact, we own one car and it's older. I feel like I'm saying a line from, oh, what's that movie with Steve Martin, the wedding movie, where his daughter gets married? What's that called? Oh, well, his wife was telling him, we don't own expensive cars. We don't go on expensive vacations. I don't expensive jewelry. So therefore we can afford to have a big wedding. Yep, that's the movie. I just can't. Father of the Bride. That's what it is. So I can afford to buy a pedestal mirror that's $17. I really enjoy this. The Revlon Candid Photo Ready Natural Finish Anti-Pollution Foundation Shade 150 Creme Brulee. I do really like this. Let's do this one. Like a pea size amount squeeze out on my hand. This is typically, that's what I do all the time. I dot it with my finger first, and then I go in with my brush. I'm gonna do like a little flower. So that's the center of the flower. These are the petals. I cream contoured yesterday before I put my foundation on. I hadn't done it in a long time. I was gonna do it today, but see, I've done it so little this year that I forgot. That's okay. I'll show you in a different video, but this is what I used yesterday. It's just the Wet n Wild contour stick in Where's Walnut. Something's going on. Like, I just dotted that on my face and I feel like needles are being poked in my skin, especially right there. It's weird. I'm pretty sure it'll go away. Abby just came in. She's got to know where Mama is. She might go out. She just went out. She just needed to know that Mommy's in here. All is well in the Zion household. Paul is still sleeping. It's, yeah, like I said, right now it's like 7:08. Getting thirsty again from speaking so early. I'm okay speaking to my camera, because right now that's who I'm speaking to, my camera. You guys aren't watching this yet, but I don't want to have to speak to a real person this early in the morning, because I've never really enjoyed that. I'm not someone who is like, oh yes, let's, I love getting up early in the morning. Let's do this. Let's grab this day by the horns. But how do I want to say this? I do like that I have all this extra time if I get up early. I've actually been getting up between 5:30 and 6. Now today I didn't. I got up at 6:20. I've been kind of exhausted. Well, yeah, yesterday was Sunday. I was just exhausted. My dad, oh my word, he used to tick me off in the morning. We'd get up for school, and he loves, apparently, I guess he loves getting up in the morning. He would whistle. He would whistle, and he would pick on us in the morning. Yeah. I hated it then, but now I look back with a certain amount of fondness. I guess that's me getting older. But man, really just wished he would have shut his trap back then. And we were teenagers. Yeah. Oh, he still whistles in the morning, by the way. Last time I heard it was almost 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years in April, and I can say that because that's when my mom, we had a major medical emergency. And long story short, Dad ended up here at our house to spend the night with me and Paul. We didn't get home until 2 in the morning from the hospital. And we gave Dad our bed, and he got up in the morning. And he was whistling in the morning. Paul and I were on the couch. It was just kind of nice to know that he still whistles, because I've been away from home I was married in 2007. I moved out March 2007. It's been over 15 years. All right, do you think I've bounced this around enough? This is, like I said, it is more of a natural finish. I'll be on Zoom today. I just don't feel like being more high coverage today. I'm just not in the mood for it. Anyway, we were talking about mornings. I do like getting up, but I'm one of these people where I need at least 10 hours of sleep. So I've been going to bed at 8. I'm getting to bed at 8. If I do that, I can get up at 5:30. It's really easy now to go to bed at 8 because it gets dark so early, but in the summer it's really not practical. Okay, so I'm gonna set my under eye concealer with my number 7 translucent perfect light loose powder with my triangle powder puff right here. I'm talking as if I am assuming you watched my first video where I go through all this, but that's really not the case. And it's a long video. It's an hour long. See, I like long videos because I watch a makeup video every time I do my makeup. And it takes me an hour to do my makeup. I'm not even joking. I'm not exaggerating. I take my time. And I can do that because I get up so early. But that might not be the routine for everybody else. Because it takes me an hour to do my makeup. If you know, very few videos on YouTube are an hour long. So I do have to, you know, watch a few. My favorite makeup YouTuber is Emily Noel 83. I think she's the most real, even though she's been on YouTube for at least 10 years. It might be more. She used to be a newscaster anyway. I think she's the most real. I really appreciate that she doesn't do sponsored videos. I don't feel like doing my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Loose Powder Day, especially the way I've been putting it on. I'm just like not in the mood. I can't find what I was looking for. I'm looking for my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I can't find it. It's possible I absentmindedly put it in another drawer. I did. It was in my eyeshadow drawer. So I'm going to use this. Do you want a screenshot? On my nose. I don't use this all over my face. I'm going to take my e.l.f. Duo Complexion Duo brush, small side. I'm going to stamp the bristles on that. And I'm going to do this on my nose. I get very oily and shiny on my nose, and really concentrating this powder on my nose with a small brush. Excuse me, I hope you didn't hear me burp. Really helps. And I'm gonna go out a little bit because right here my pores are very large, and so this does have a blurring effect if you really concentrate the powder. Also, this powder, it says matte and poreless. Now, is it blurring because it's formulated supposedly to be poreless, or is it blurring because of the technique I'm using? It could be a combination of both. I also get very oily there, and I have large pores, so we're gonna stamp that there. I guess I could, yeah, that really does blur. And let's do a little bit of my chinny chin chin. Okay. You know what? I'm really seeing my pores right there. Do some there. Okay. So as you know, I did not go over all my face, so I'm going to finish the rest of my face with the Rimmel Stay Matte powder in the shade 003 Natural. I'm just going to take my e.l.f. Total Face Brush, and I'm going to finish setting the foundation with this. This is more easy than the method I used. Easy and less time consuming than the method I used in my previous video. But I was also actually going out in public in my previous video. And you know what? If you watch the end of that, I still ended up so stinking shiny. It's like, you could have like gone walking on my face and slipped and fallen as if you were on a banana peel. But these really help. Oil absorbing sheets. This is just the Target brand. So I wanted to try these by Palladio. Rice papers. These actually have rice powder on them. And somebody raved about these, so I'm like, oh, I really want to try these. I'm very disappointed in these. They actually lift the makeup off. So if I use one of these when I'm out in public, that's a problem because you can really see what this does. I could use this here at home if I'm just getting on Zoom. Another way I started using these, I forgot to do it today. So a prep step before applying your primer, I think. So a couple times after I had applied my moisturizer, I typically like to let my moisturizer sink in for at least 10 minutes before I go into my primer. So let your moisturizer sink in for 10 minutes before you do your primer. I actually went over my face with one of these, and because there is that rice powder on there, it, what's the word I'm looking for? I felt like it was prepping my skin more for makeup. Keep in mind, I'm very oily. If you have dry skin, I wouldn't do that. I should have done that today, and I completely forgot. But these are good if you want to keep in your purse. Those won't lift off your makeup. Going back to these, what stinks is I bought a 3-pack, and there's 40 tissues in each. I have 120 of these, and they're gonna last me till the end of time, probably. So I'm gonna go in my bronzer. I'm using today the Rimmel Natural Bronzer. It's probably like one of my very few products I hit pan. This is in the shade Sun Bronze 022. This has a very, very slight fragrance. I don't mind it. Wet n Wild domed brush. Do my typical easy peasy lemon squeezy. bronzer. I'd say I have a pretty average size forehead. So I don't do this to like shorten my forehead. It adds dimension, you know. I was thinking back to when I did makeup as a teenager. I started wearing makeup in 6th grade, but I was only allowed to wear pastels. And my mom, I think she wore Maybelline, so that is naturally what I wore because she was buying the makeup. But it's interesting, you know, back then, you didn't contour. I don't even know if that was a makeup vocabulary word yet. I definitely didn't wear eyeshadow primer. I didn't know that was a thing. I don't know if it was back then. I mean, I graduated high school 18 years ago, so you can do the math how long ago it was. I was in 6th grade. I have no idea. Makeup has really changed, but I appreciate well-spoken individuals on YouTube who teach you how to do makeup, because I've always had an interest to start wearing makeup in 6th grade, but it wasn't until at least 6 years ago, maybe a little more, where I wanted to learn how to contour. I'm thinking, what is all this business about contouring? Well, I fell down a YouTube makeup video rabbit hole, and I've been watching makeup videos ever since. You know, improving application, technique. Okay, I picked something. So, the last video I made, I tried to apply the CoverGirl Classic Color in Rose Silk, and I really had to work for it, but this one, in this shade, Soft Mink. Did I even show what Rose Silk looked like? I don't know. This is Soft Mink. The Noxzema smell's almost gone. I'm kind of bummed. This, I really like this. It is neutral. I don't want to be outlandish with my makeup today, but you don't need a highlighter for this. It is the softest, like, pearlized sheen, if you will. Now, it probably won't come, I don't know if it'll come across on camera, but oh, I really like it. It's so pleasant. Can blush be pleasant? Think about a pleasant friend you have who is well-spoken. Maybe their voice is soft, they're not boisterous or, you know, excessively gabby. This is that blush. This blush is my Chrissy blush. If you friends know my best friend Chrissy, this is that blush. It's so comfortable. Soft Mink. So I'm gonna do my eyebrows next. I'm probably gonna do them off camera because they take forever. But I'll show you what I use. I use 3 products. Same products as in my last video. I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil in the shade Neutral Brown. I'm going to get started with this. And then I go in with the Instant Brow Lift by e.l.f. also in Neutral Brown. When I want to glue down my eyebrows, I use the NYX Thick It Stick It in Cool Ash Brown. So get a look at these sparse little guys, little baby caterpillars. They're not even caterpillars, they're like baby worms. I'll be back. Now we'll go in with the Pick It, Stick It Brow Mascara. I do wish the wand was a little shorter. So let's do our eyeshadow. So I'm gonna use the NYX Glitter Glue. I was explaining how this holds down, or this will give your eyeshadow excellent staying powder. Staying powder. Excellent staying power. It is very tacky. So I just got a little bit. I'm just going to do this. Warm it up a little bit and get it evenly distributed on my fingertips. And now this is not like the Profusion one. It's not pigmented, but it'll definitely make the eyeshadow last. Okay, so I think we're gonna use a Colourpop palette, and it's a Princess Thing palette, and this is what it looks like. I'm going to start with my crease shade. By the way, I don't really have an idea in mind what I'm doing. I'm feeling grumpy and Tritonish. So I'm actually gonna mix these two. This is grumpy. This is Triton. In case you're wondering, this is called Abu. I never use Abu because it's dark. Maybe we'll put that on the outer corner because I haven't used it yet. Doesn't look like it. So we're just gonna mix Grumpy and Triton and get that in our crease. So I kind of want to, this shape seems to be nice and curved. I always struggle with this eye because I feel like I've got some shadow there where I don't want to. I'm going to use this to try to clean it up. Give me more of that rounded shape I want. I think it helped. Really not perfect, but whatever. So the brush I love to use for my outer corner is the e.l.f. contour brush. So we're gonna get a little bit of Abu. The other shade in this palette I really like to use for the outer corner is called Beast. There is a little bit of shimmer in it, but you can't really see it too much once you get it on your skin. Beast, but we're gonna use Abu today because you need some love. I think I'll need my mirror for this. I don't think I can show you by looking. Ooh, this is very warm. So this is gonna be very warm. I typically am not the biggest fan of super warm looks. I kind of like a middle of the road, more neutral. So not super warm, not super cool, but like right in the middle, but that's okay. We can try it today. And being on Zoom and not in public today, sorry, that's the time. My Zoom people are my makeup guinea pigs. That's the time to, for me anyway, to experiment. Yeah, I really like this contour brush. I'm concentrating the pigment or the color on this outer corner. And I try to bring this brush into the crease just a little bit. And wedge it in there. So doing your darker color adds dimension. You don't have to always do a darker color out here. You can just do one shadow on the whole lid and a crease color and call it good. I just want to be fancy. I think my best option will be to use this color. It's called Ray, and it's a gold champagne color, and we'll put that on the lid. And you know what? I use my fingers when I do shimmer shadows. I never ever use a brush. I use, yeah, typically my pinky. Can you see that? These shimmers are a little powdery. Just gonna use my pinky. I'm gonna have to look in my actual mirror though. And to avoid like that harsh line, so you can see that line there. It's not too harsh, but bring your lid color over there. Use your pinky as your blender. And now I'm kind of dragging this Abu outer corner color. I'm dragging it inward just a little bit so that it transitions nicely, and you don't see where Abu ends and the Ray color begins. I really just like using my fingers for the shadow on the lid. I always use a brush for the outer corner, but the shadow on the lid, I just prefer my fingers. So I'm gonna bring the champagne over top Abu, but then I'm gonna go the opposite direction. I'm gonna bring Abu over champagne. Do, 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 do. And I want to clean up my crease, so I'm just gonna use my crease brush, what I used earlier, and I just want to do a little blend with whatever is on my brush, because sometimes the shimmer will get up in the crease and I like to go back in and blend it out. I'm going to take another AOA Studio brush. This is the one I use for under the lash line, and we'll go in with Abu, but we need to be careful because Abu, it's darker than Triton. This is Abu, this is Triton. So we're gonna focus Abu, the dark one, just right there, right there. I don't wanna go all the way under with a dark shadow. Tap off your excess because there is a little bit that comes off. So I'm just gonna go there, and I want to make sure this section right here, it seamlessly blends. It's like I'm connecting the bottom with the top. If you want, you can even take whatever's left on your brush and kind of tap it back on the outer corner for more dimension. Now, since most of the color is concentrated there, if I want to go in and drag a little more, I can. It won't be as concentrated, which that's what I want. Because Boo is kind of dark. If I had gone with Triton, here's Triton, it's a little bit lighter. I probably could have easily just gone 2/3 of the way with that. And not worry about, you know, how much of the pigment comes over here because it's lighter. But with Abu being darker, we'll concentrate most of the color, most of the pigment, about a third of the way in. Let's go out and connect connect the bottom with the top just a smidge. Do we want to add some more? Stamp it on the outer. We can. That's not my mirror, that's... And now we'll drag whatever's left on our brush about would you say that's 2/3, or is it really, I don't know. I don't know fractions. I feel like, okay, see, that looks nice. I'm not liking what's going on over here. I need to do a little fixaroo. I don't know if it's coming across for you guys. This looks very nice. They're not gonna be twins. Whatever. I did what I could. So we're gonna be really brown today. Ooh, let's use my brown liquid eyeliner that I rave about, the Hard Candy. I told you this is more like a milk chocolate brown. The color is not on here, so I don't know. Waterproof felt tip liner. I think I might really like this look today. And as I described yesterday, I used to go all the way, mostly all the way, not quite to my tear duct, but a good portion of the way. And I used to do my line. I don't do that anymore. Now I'm trying to focus the start of the line, like with the center of my pupil, and go out, and I do like a little bit of a wing. So I'm gonna do that now. I am feeling like lately I'm tearing up on the outer corners. Typically it's this side. Now that might start when I do my highlighter, but I'm feeling, I'm not, and I'm seeing it. I'm seeing tear, and it is affecting, I don't know if you can see it in my makeup. It might affect my wing. So I actually, because of that tear coming out, I didn't go as far down with my line as I typically would, because that tear is right there. And it's like making my eyeshadow bleed. You know, like what it looks like when you, if you do watercolors or those cheap paints when you were a kid and you've got the colors in the yellow tray and then you put your wet paintbrush in and then you put it, that's what it looks like. Okay, so this looks good to me when I look in my mirror. I'm not sure what you guys see, but it looks good to me, so I'm gonna move on to the next one. I've been doing winged eyeliner and liquid eyeliner since I was a teenager. It's easy for me. You know what's weird for me is when I try to use a regular eyeliner up there. Even though I did start out with a regular retractable brown eyeliner at some point when I was a teenager, and then I switched to liquid. And now I try to use a regular eyeliner up there. You know what it is? I don't like my eyelid being tugged on. So a gel, there's some really good gel eyeliners that just glide on. NYX makes a good one. And I think that's why I prefer liquid. Ooh, this one turned out really good. I'm having a good wing day on this side. Don't you hate that when you can't get them equal? But if I mess with that, if I try to make that better, it's gonna end up looking worse, so we're gonna leave it. This is the Essence Extreme Lasting in the shade. They probably only have Silky Nude. I think this is what really made my eyes water yesterday or the day before. So I'm going to let that sit. So my trick is let it sit for a minute or two. I don't time it. And then we'll go in with a second layer and it will just help it to last longer. So now let's do our eyebrow, or yeah, our eyelashes, which I'm excited about because I'm going to use the eyelash, what is it called? Lash Paradise. Yeah. So I had my eyelash curler warming under my shirt on my skin. So we'll go ahead and curl our lashes. Give it several pulses, maybe like 10. I don't usually count, but I guess I could. 1, 2, 6. No, I definitely do more than 10 because I counted to 10. I'm like, nope, I'm gonna keep going. So I'm really excited. I got this in Blackest Black. Emily Noel, she rediscovered it. She hadn't used it in a long time and she suggested Blackest Black. So I'm like, okay, I trust her. What do you think? Get that email off. With mascara, without? That's pretty. I got some on my eyelid there, so let that completely dry and then I'll go in with a spoolie and kind of scrape it away. I'll go in with this spoolie, but we need to let it completely dry. Now I'm curious, how wet does this stay and for how long? Let's try our little curling. Let's curl it a little bit more. Okay, it's mostly dry. I hate it when I do this and it's completely wet and then I'm left with all this wet mascara on my finger. But that's a good trick. Before it's completely dry, curl it. Do like a little extra curl with your finger. I'll go in with this one now. This might be more wet. I didn't wait as long. That's not bad. Pretty. I like it. And let's do our second layer of the Silky Nude waterline color. I just got an email from Colourpop. Okay, my lips feel so dry, even though I put CeraVe healing ointment on them. Okay, we haven't done our lip yet, but let's do a little assessment. I see some powder I want to brush away. So now, what do we want to do for our lips? Oh, it's my favorite part. I have so many lip products. All drugstore. Sky's the limit. I want something creamy because I wore a matte lipstick yesterday and I'm just in the mood for something creamy. This is the This Is Nude Essence lipstick in the shade Real 06. Let's do a little swatcheroo. Now, I am a big lip liner person, and so I also got new lip liners by Essence, but I have to figure out which one will match the best. It's so hard to tell with their lip liners. We're gonna do this one by NYX. It's the Suede Matte Lip Liner in Whipped Caviar. So that's NYX. Here's the lipstick. These two are by Essence. I think we'll do the NYX. Now let's do our lipstick in real, it'll definitely be a blotting situation. I went lighter on the eyes, so I think a darker lipstick will look okay. I hate when my lips don't have something on them. I always need something on my lips. I'm a big lip balm girl. I have a lip balm in every room of the house. Let's blot, and then I'm gonna put another coat on. Look at my, I keep this until it gets filled up. Oh, was that gross? I don't know. I don't think so. My lips are clean. Does anybody else brush their lips when they brush their teeth? I do. Paul thinks I'm crazy. I'm like, I like my entire mouthful area to be and feel clean. That's just how I roll. These lips were made for talking. All right, so I'm not digging the look. It looks muddy to me, so my go-to trick when this happens, I'm going to apply a more satin finish nude lipstick on top because I want to mute this color just a little bit. I just don't care for how it's looking. So my go-to for that is the e.l.f. Simply Satin Lipstick in the shade Cream. It's like, I don't know, $2 or $3 lipstick. That's all it is. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I like that much better. And that's pretty much all I use this lipstick for. I don't like it on its own, but it's really good to have at least one nude lipstick like this, and preferably for me, satin or matte finish, where you can go in and mute a darker lipstick. Yeah, see, I love how this looks now. Bougie. Oh, you know what? We need to clean up that mascara I got. So we're gonna use our spoolie. I let it completely dry, so it'll just flake away now. Yeah, it did. My spoolie's clean. Got it. I kind of want to add more blush. I kind of want to maybe add a different color on top to deepen it up just a smidge. So I bought 3 of these Maybelline Fit Me blushes. We've got Plum, which I think that's what we'll use. Plum, Nude, and Mauve. I think because my lipstick is plummy, I'm gonna use that one. Okay. Yeah, it's adding a little bit without being too much. When you're on Zoom, you can get away with more makeup. This isn't my favorite eye look. You know what I think it is? I don't typically like such a warm crease color. But it, you know, it's fine. I mean, it looks nice with brown eyes. Actually, I feel like I wanna blend that out a little bit and soften it. So let's use another AOA brush. I just want to see if I can soften that a little smidgen of a bit. Jeez, I'm hearing this truck outside. It's like a bull in a china shop. Settle down, weirdo. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Actually, it's 8:13. Okay, I think that helped. Yeah, I didn't like what was going on there. And we'll take our hair down. We'll do a little comb-a-roo. I have to start at the bottom of my hair because it gets tangly. Actually, that's just good to do, I think. Pull out the stray hairs that don't want to be a part of the hair family anymore. As you can see, I'm using a very wide-toothed comb I got on Amazon. This, I got a 2-pack, so I keep a purple one in the bathroom. I lose so much hair. What is my deal? I might, well, I was gonna say I might wear a headband today. I don't know that I want to wear a headband. I don't typically like to wear a headband if I just washed my hair, because a headband, you know, your hair gets smashed down, and I think my hair gets oily faster. So I typically will wear a headband when it's about wash time, and it's not quite wash time yet. You know what? I'll get dressed. I'll figure it out later. I hope you enjoyed this makeup look. And it's 8:16. I have to be on Zoom at 9. Maybe I'll do a few check-ins. Until then, doodles. Okay, so I did add a headband. I could not figure out what to do with my hair. And apparently cinematic mode, it's blurring some of my pearls at the top, but that's because I wanted my background blurred. I was trying to figure out what it is about my makeup look I'm not really crazy about today, and I really think it's the dark lip. So even though I added the nude Simply Satin lipstick by e.l.f., I'm gonna add another light color. This is the Wet n Wild shade in Will You Be With Me. It's too light for me on its own, but I have found I like to put this in the center and lighten up. Yeah, I like that. I'm trying to do this left-handed. It's one of those 98-cent lipsticks. Okay, I like that better. It lightened it up just a little bit better. And I also forgot my inner corner highlight, so I added that off camera. But this is the finished makeup look. Not my favorite, but I might like it more if I had a different lip. But as you can see, my lips look a little contoured now because I've got dark on the outer portion and then that light in the center. And I do like that much better. So here is my first check-in. It's about 12 o'clock. I'm making my lunch. I'm heating up pizza in the air fryer. As you can see, I'm definitely looking a little bit shiny, but I am an oily girl. And I hope that the blush is coming across. I mean, I am partially shiny here because that's just what happens in my T-zone, but that CoverGirl Basic Color Blush in Soft Mink, you are also seeing like that pearlescent, pearlized sheen that it gives. I love it. You know what I should do is go get a blotting sheet, blot my face, and then come back on and we can see what it looks like. I like my eye makeup more now that some time has passed. My lipstick has kind of come off, but I have been drinking like the whole morning, so I'm kind of ready for lip balm. They feel pretty dry, but let's see what it looks like with a little blotteroo. Okay, now I can really see the difference. I just went into the makeup room, took one of those blue blotting sheets, the Target Up and Up brand. So now you can see with the shine gone what the blush looks like. That is the blush sheen. You're not seeing oil that my face has created because I'm an oil slick. But I definitely need lip balm after I eat my pizza because my lips just feel so dry. So the makeup is wearing well with that Revlon Candid foundation.